Hey, you guys, thanks for listening into this episode of Tips with Tea. On today, I have Miss Allison with us. Hey, Miss Allison, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. How are you doing, T?
I'm doing awesome. So, thank you so much for being a guest on the show. So, tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you do.
Sure. So I am a full-time working mom. I'm married, have two teenagers, but what I really love to do is help women reach their health and fitness goals through nutrition and workout. So that is kind of my passion, is really helping those busy women prioritize their self-care so they can be at their best.
Awesome, awesome. And I'm glad we got you on the show today because that's going to be basically our main topic. Is to talk about, women health and getting healthy. So, what is your definition of healthy?
What is my definition of healthy? It's really feeling good in your own skin, making sure that you're eating the right foods that make you feel good. You're getting movement, you're pain free. But most importantly, I really think it's about having the right mindset and the confidence to, like I said, feel good in your own skin.
Awesome. So I guess when it comes to the nutrition, what does sustainable balanced nutrition look like? What is how that should look like for us women?
Yeah. So what I try to teach my clients is about tracking your macros, which are macronutrients, and that is your protein, your carbohydrates, and your fats. And those just make up calories. But you really want to have a balanced portion of all three. There's a lot of diets out there that completely cut out certain food groups. I know carbs have gotten a bad rap. I know keto is all the rage. But when you track your macros, you're able to see just how much protein, carbohydrates, and fats you're taking in. No foods are off limits. And I really help teach my clients how to improve their relationship with food, how to make sure you have a balanced, sustainable, healthy diet that includes all of the different food groups.
Mhm. Awesome. So since we're talking about food, like what are some tips we can use to make meal prepping easy and to include all those things that you just mentioned?
Yes, yes. So meal prepping is a huge piece of the puzzle, right? You either have a plan, you either plan to fail or fail to plan. So I always say you want to meal prep in advance. Most people don't eat enough protein. So I always tell folks start with your protein. And the easiest way to do that, if you have an instant pot or a crock pot or even just a sheet pan, make a big batch of chicken breast or whatever your favorite lean protein is. It could be like a lean ground beef, it could be pork. But what you want to do is you want to have your meals, the foundation is that protein because we don't get enough of it in our diets. So when you make that in bulk, you have a lot of different options to make different meals throughout the week. So one that I love to do is shredded chicken breast in the crock pot. You could add a jar of salsa and have tacos. You could have a jar of barbecue sauce and have like pulled chicken. There's a lot of different options that you could do. And it's just a nice set it and forget it way to have a hot dinner on the table if you're busy and working all day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing I have noticed that helps me now that I work from home full time is a crock pot. Like put my meat in it,
Yes.
cook all day. Yeah, I'm glad you did mention that. A lot of make find ways to make things easy for you. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Awesome. So now how can we include exercise in all of this to get the best results when it comes to eating and then I guess some women they try to get to the losing weight part.
Yeah, absolutely. So movement does play a huge role, but you'd be surprised to know that nutrition is 90% of the equation. So once you get that nutrition down pat, the movement's going to fast track that progress. So I always tell women make sure that you incorporate strength training, even if that's body weight exercises into your workout plan, but at a minimum, try to get steps throughout your day. And everyone is at a different place in time, right? Some people maybe 5,000 steps is a lot for them. Some people may already be hitting 10,000. So get a baseline and just incrementally increase that. So if you track your steps using whatever, your phone, your smartwatch, plain old pedometer, if you're at 5,000 steps, then shoot for 7,000. Once you're comfortable at 7,000, shoot for 9,000. And what you want to do is get up and move throughout the day. A good workout, 30-minute workout is great, but what you really want to do is get up and move throughout the entire day and just plan like 10-minute breaks throughout your day, maybe before work, before you get started in the morning, a break at lunch, and then maybe after dinner, do another quick walk because those steps will add up. And it's funny, you actually burn a larger percentage of calories with your movement throughout the day than you do for one dedicated workout. So that movement throughout the day is really key.
I'm glad you said that, because like with my smartwatch, I have noticed that I sit down a lot. So I did set my smartwatch to every so often, if I'm sitting down for a long time, it alert me and it'll tell me you need to get up and get moving. And I can either walk or I can do an exercise or something of that nature to get moving. And so what I have it set to, what I normally do is if I am sitting and I don't want to go out and do a walk or walk around, I do squats or I do the stretch or whatever that the watch advised me to do to help keep me moving. And I know people think like that is so weird to do, but I find it very helpful.
Yeah, I love those reminders. I have a Fitbit and it'll buzz and say, go get 50 steps. And you can do anything, like you said, do squats, march in place, do a lap around your living room. You don't have to have a treadmill. You don't have to have certain exercise equipment. It's whatever you have handy. And sometimes it is just walking around the house.
Yeah. So what are some other steps I guess you would give to someone if they want to move in the right direction when it comes to losing weight?
Yeah. So what I typically tell people right off the bat is download the free app, MyFitnessPal. You can download it to your phone, and it is a great way to just start tracking your food. Don't make any changes, just track your food and then take a look at how much you're eating, right? And then make small incremental changes. A lot of people think they need to slash and burn their calories to lose weight, and that's not really the case. You really need to reduce your calorie amount, maybe 10%, which might be 100, 200 calories. It's really not that much. So it's really getting that baseline, knowing where you're at, seeing how many, how much protein, carbs, and fat. And typically what I tell my clients is strive for like 40% protein, 40% carbs, 20% fat. So that's a moderately high protein, low fat diet. And that'll really help you get to where you're going. And when you do incorporate more protein, you'll find that you stay full longer throughout the day, because it does take more energy and time for your body to break down protein.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Miss Allison, for being a guest on the show and sharing with us these tips. So I'm going to share your social media handles. Tell our listeners how they can get in contact with you if they would like.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love that. So you could find me online. You can visit my website is AllisonJacksonFitness.com, but I am on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I also have a book that's Flab to Fab in 8 weeks, which basically is a book that is my group coaching in book form. But I do one-on-one coaching, group coaching, and I would love to connect with your listeners.
Awesome. And if you want to get in contact with me, feel free to do so. My number is 910-317-0396. You can shoot me an email at contact@mjfinancial.biz. You can schedule a consultation on the website at www.mjfinancial.biz. You can find this episode on Anchor, you guys, and you can also find a playback for this video on the YouTube channel as well. So thank you once again, Miss Allison. I highly appreciate you. I hope our listeners take, heed to your tips that you gave us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It was my pleasure.
And all right, you guys, we will see you on the next episode of Tips with T.